So anyways, I literally pace the back gate when my students are in the ring. I get nervous for them. I just really put myself in their shoes and want them to do well. It's been a really great joy to see my students blossom in my care. The majority of my students have moved to me from other trainers where they've either felt stagnant or where they're scared or feeling not cared for, any plethora of the emotions that they have, and to have them come into my care and to see them really grow as riders and really grow into what they envisioned themselves being when they started doing this sport is something that it's even hard to explain what that feels like, to see them realize their goals and to know that I've just, kind of opened up a pathway for them, when other people kind of try to shove people down, to know that I'm trying to help lift people up and realize, their true potential. That's a cool thing.
So what has been the hardest part about being a head trainer and the owner of your own business?
The time. It is all consuming. It is, I have completely altered my life. I work more and harder than anybody that I know in my own personal circle of people I surround myself with. And I know a lot of very successful people. This business is not conducive to having your time work for you. You work for your time. And that has been really hard because I was raised to, have my money work for me and to have free time. And that is the antithesis of what this business is. With that said, there's a lot of good points to it. But I would say that the strange schedule, the Mondays kind of off, the occasional Sunday off, not having a typical work week, always having to have a phone on because if there's an emergency, I'm the person that is responsible. I think that goes with most businesses though, where the buck stops with me. There is no person to pass it on to. So sometimes feeling that frustration of not being able to walk away ever. You're always the one responsible. I imagine it's kind of like being a parent. That utter sense of responsibility, not just for one person, but 18 horses, and their mental health care, their physical health care, what tack is appropriate, their hormones, their joints. Then you've got the students and their mental health care and their physical health care and their training and their goals and their limitations. And then you've got the parents who are paying for everything and what their expectations are and what they need to get for their money and how to feel good for it. So, being a horse trainer, you wear so many hats, and it's so multifaceted. So I think that sense of responsibility has been the hardest thing, for sure.
Where do you see your business going?
To continue to evolve. Most businesses wax and wane with the horses, so I assume that my numbers will grow and swell depending on, whatever is going on at the time. But I assume that, we would probably start to pursue a little bit more national titles would be my guess. We've already dabbled on like the finals on the East Coast, like national finals. But I would expect that maybe that'll take a little bit more of a cornerstone. But it's really important for me to maintain, the people who are just at home as well. I want it to all kind of stay the same and maybe just blossom into greater strength, not necessarily numbers. Just kind of continue on the same path that we are now.
Well, my last question,
just kind of continue on the same path that we are now.
Well, my last question, some trainers love to, flaunt their accomplishments, and I know you are very humble with that. Do you have a reason for that, or is it just kind of your nature to not so much share and brag all of your accomplishments?
It's just not my style. I believe actions speak louder than words. And I recognize our accomplishments. I think they're a team effort. I think it takes a village to get done what needs to get done. We do have an awards section on my website, so I do have it out there. But I'm not purchasing the ads for $1,500 a month, like a lot of trainers are. And and if I did, then I probably would be even. So I do have it out there, but I'm not purchasing the ads for $1,500 a month, like a lot of trainers are. And and if I did, then I probably would be even busier than I am now. And I'm not sure if that's necessarily a good thing. Part of what makes me successful is that I can take a deep breath and can focus on people and their individual needs, and that I'm not jaded. I think a lot of trainers overtax themselves by really flaunting their success and hoarding clients, so to speak. But then there becomes a certain point where you can't have individual attention anymore, and they lose what made them successful in the first place. And I'm just not interested in doing that. There might be a day where I feel the need to flaunt that stuff, but I'm not there yet.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.